Hi, in today's medium tutorial, I'll be talking about how to light your object or diorama in medium itself without the need for a third-party program. Because I understand not everybody has the time or interest to learn another 3D program like Blender or 3ds Max, etc. So this hopefully is self-contained and you can just kind of get pretty decent results in medium viewport, and you can just take screenshots of your character and diorama within it. So yeah, let's just begin. Okay, so first things first, we'll just go through kind of like what the controls do in the lighting panel, and maybe what are some of the limitations that you will face while using these little lights in medium itself. The options I guess are pretty much self-explanatory. You have your enable or disable kind of feature for your light. You have your color, which will change the hue of the tint. Just doing a quick adjustment. So yep, and you have your spotlight, point light kind of adjustments over here. Spot. I guess generally for me, I use more the spotlight and occasionally the point light if I'm trying to get like the rim lighting effect, but that's maybe for later. And your radius, I think it's mostly for the spotlight, which is like how much the cone width will hit the object, but it's not too obvious here. But yeah, you can use it to fine tune like how it hits the geometry itself. One thing I think people would have to know that is a bit different compared to other software is that there's a limitation on the shadow map. So meaning if you have a single light and it's casting shadows on your object itself, and if you bring in a second light, you won't see any shadows to be cast in the opposite direction. I believe it's a limitation of the software itself, and maybe they will kind of like allow people to do this kind of like second or third shadow kind of modes once the GPUs get faster. But until then, you just have to remember that you can have as many lights as you want, I believe, but only one of the lights will cast the shadow. Okay, the other thing you guys should be also aware of before you guys start lighting your scene is just the way the lights are actually arranged in the scene graph. So by default, when you move your models around, you'll notice like the light doesn't really follow, and that's because they are not actually parented to the scene at all, or the sculpt. So you get this effect whereby if you just shift the sculpt a bit, and you notice that the lights aren't following, and it can be a bit frustrating, you know. So just to fix that, all you have to do is just take your lights and drag it to the sculpt. So now that it's parented to the sculpt, you will actually follow the object around. Alright, to recap, shadows are limited to a single light source. Parent your lights to the sculpt so it will follow the object in the viewport. And I'll see you in the next video.